Everybody see okay? Okay. So basically what I've called this is the FK demo blank. We got a simple description, all that stuff's kind of unimportant. I've declared 3 regions that I want to use. And I've also declared what features I want, but we're not really going to use them. And I've declared my style sheets, and I believe one of my slides actually is just a reflection of this. And so we have our .info file. And to see what that would basically equate to, I will punch this up now. Now, the neat thing about Drupal is that if you had just built everything in flat HTML or CSS, or I should say the neat thing about PHP templates, if you had built everything in flat CSS and HTML and just copy and pasted your stuff into this, it'll return. You're not going to have anything dynamic in it yet, but you won't get an error or anything. You'll see the design that you built, and then you can start hot swapping out the things that you need. And that's a good way to sort of gradually step your way through the theming process. So here we've got a simple header. I've got some simple PHP up here, and really all it's doing is searching to see whether or not a logo is there and printing it out. I've got, let's see what I've got. I've got the site's name printing out, and I've got a slogan, and I've got something super familiar here, an H1 with a title in it. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start this building process in the back end of Drupal. So we'll go over here into content management, content types. We're going to add a content type. Of course, what else would it be but a sandwich? So these are all just basic settings that you can have. I'm going to turn comments off because I loathe and despise them. I don't want anybody to tell me how good or bad my sandwich is. I'm just going to enjoy it. And we'll save it. And now we'll get to add the fields that we want to have in Sandwich. So we've got some basic stuff here, and this order that you see here represents how you fill out a node. So when we build Sandwich, we can actually tell Sandwich, I want to put, I want to have the bread field here, I want that to be the first thing, and then I'll call a sandwich at the bottom, or put in a title at the bottom, or a menu at the bottom. And you can't touch these because these are the sort of the core elements of a node, and you're not allowed to play with them. So what we're going to do is just add some basic things in here that we want. So I don't want all these down here at the bottom, obviously, because I think they're kind of important. So let's go ahead and scoot these up here. And hit save. So we've done the basics. Now we've got a content type. So let's make a couple of sandwich nodes, and then we'll look at what is being spit back out at us. Sandwich. So we're going to do a turkey sandwich on rye with Munster cheese. And I can't spell, so. I think there's an E in there and another N.
It's a new cheese.
It's a very new cheese. It's a first world cheese. We gotta make sure it's published. I don't care where it shows up. So here we are. We're actually looking at the theme right now, which is stripped out. There's nothing. There's no garbage in here that I don't want and haven't already told Drupal that I want spit back at me. So as you can see, it's very, very drab and very plain, so it's not a very appealing sandwich at the moment. But you can see that we kind of have our beginnings. So now if I want to go make another one, I'm going to have to do it this way. All right, so we'll just have the cheese sandwich. Gouda. Gouda. Maybe some bacon. And a tomato. Yes. All right. So we're gonna shut some of these things off for a moment. So we don't want any CSS or anything doing anything right now. So I've kind of gone ahead and jumped ahead a little bit here, as you can see. So I'm cheating. This is a node template called Sandwich, but what I'm going to do is wipe these fields out because potentially these aren't already there and we don't know what's there. So I'm just going to let content do all the work. Say, all right, cheese sandwich, what have we? So we've got the basic stuff that comes along with the node. We've got when it was submitted and who by. We've got our top bread cheese and what was in the body. So that's pretty good, but we probably want to add some styles to it and things like that here in a minute. Right. So when you're steady pimping your theme, you got to have gold teeth, and that's what your variables are. Variables basically give you the option to take any piece out of the content type, put it somewhere, or style it in a unique way. And this goes beyond just like dragging and dropping vertically where this stuff appears when it's printed out. So it allows a very important granular control, especially if you're doing things where you have, like if you wanted to have a blog and you wanted to have a separate appearance for each of our